Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 7th grade concept of slope-intercept form. This is standard 7.7a in the great state of Texas. We are using item number 25, which is a new item type called drag and drop of the 2023 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we've got drag and drop here, and as you can see, each answer is only going to be used one time, but there are 6 to choose from. There's 2 different spots. This is a 2-point problem. If I try to answer with just one and move on, it is going to give me a warning message. Let's make sure we answer both. And we just have a basic table with 4 sets of x's and y's. We need to create an equation. Look at this, y equals blank x plus blank. Hopefully by this point we're thinking, wow, that looks exactly like the slope-intercept form. And that's what we're looking for here. Slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. We do a lot of work with that in 7th grade. So let's see, we've got this y equals mx plus b. All right, so let's start with the low-hanging fruit. This is going to be really easy for us. This is our slope, and this is going to be our y-intercept, this b right here. So this m is our slope, and our b is our y-intercept. Now, what does that mean to be a y-intercept? Well, that means if we were to graph this like this, the question is, where does it cross that y-axis? Wherever it crosses that y-axis, that's our y-intercept. And whenever we have a y-intercept, that means the x has to be 0. And then the y is unknown, right? That's what we're looking for. But the y-intercept is what happens when x is 0. And the reason I say that's so easy is because, look, they give us a pair with 0 as the x, which means that -3, that's our b right there. So that is super easy. So without any calculation, we're just going to put that -3 right there. So that is our y-intercept. So let's now take a look at the slope. How do we calculate slope? All right, so m is our slope, right? And it's going to be the change in y over the change in x. That's the rise over run, which means we need 2 different y coordinates. And we're going to subtract them. And then we're going to put that over 2 different x coordinates. And it doesn't matter which one is which. So let's make this x sub 1 and x sub 2. And as long as I match them, so that's y sub 1 and that's y sub 2, that's going to be fine. So let's make sure we put them all in the correct order. So I've got my y sub 2 is -4 minus my y sub 1 is -1. So minus -1, right, that's going to end up being positive because they cancel. And then 3 is my x sub 2 minus -6. All right, so I'm going to end up getting a positive there. So -4 plus 1, right, is going to make -3. And then 3 plus 6 is going to make 9. -3/9, we need to simplify. It looks like it's going to be -1/3, which is going to be an option. But I said it really didn't matter. So let's try another pair just to make sure. Let's say that this is my x sub 1. This is my x sub 2. No, my y sub 1, excuse me. We'll make this my x sub 2 and my y sub 2. Does it work with 2 different coordinates? So I've got my -6x minus -3 over 9 minus 0. Okay, so that's going to make positive, so that's going to be -3. Look at that. -3/9. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Yeah, so it doesn't really matter what order you do them in, which pairs, as long as it's a linear relationship, the slope will always be the slope, no matter which 2 pairs of coordinates you use. So we're just going to make that m, our -1/3, and that is our final equation. Y equals -1/3 x minus 3.